What's happening, fight fans? In this episode of Boxing Weekly, Danny Garcia returns, Oleksandr Usyk makes a big announcement, we get the youngest British middleweight champion in history, bare-knuckle boxing is everywhere, and more information about the Ricky Hatton tragedy is revealed. We also have a bit of boxing trivia, and I will let you know which classic fights I plan to upload this week. Danny Swift Garcia made his return to the Barclays Centre for one last dance. Garcia had looked absolutely awful in getting taken apart by Erislandi Lara last time, but last night he didn't disappoint. The Philly legend demolished Daniel Gonzalez with a vintage left hook in round 4, improving his record to 38 wins, 4 losses, 22 knockouts, in what may be his final fight. Garcia hinted that he's 85% retired, but could be lured back to fight Xander Zayas or Virgil Ortiz. In other words, he's not retired. My thoughts are that Garcia needs to leave on a high. He ain't swift enough for Zayas or Ortiz. As I mentioned, BKB is everywhere this week. At 44 years of age, in Leeds no less, Paulie Malignaggi returned to the ring. The former world champion took on Tyler Goodjohn in a 5-round war. Malignaggi used his classic footwork, sharp jab and accuracy to control most of the action, but it wasn't one-way traffic. Goodjohn cracked him early with a left hook and rocked him again with a right hand in round 4. Lots of clowning by both men, but Paulie got the decision. BKB has also come to an agreement with BoxRec, which is also handy for people like me, but also frustrating because I still don't know if I consider bare-knuckle boxing to be true boxing. Also, apparently the BKB bosses have been in touch with Oleksandr Usyk about a possible fight. That sounds like absolute bollocks to me. I reckon Usyk's manager maybe picked up the phone and said, "How much are you offering?" Speaking of the Ukrainian, his big announcement this week was that he plans to retire at the age of 41. He turns 39 in January. The next 2 years should be exciting, fight fans. Will it be Itamu? Will it be Parker? Will it be Fury again? Or will it even be the forgotten man Caballel? Answer to last week's boxing trivia question: who are the only 2 men to defeat James Toney twice? That would be Samuel Peter at heavyweight and Montel Griffiths at light heavyweight. This week's question: who was the first man to defeat Harold Bomber Graham? Please post your answers in the comments. In terms of classic fights, I plan to post Witherspoon versus Mercer very shortly. I also plan to post a big one next week. One of the greatest nights in British boxing history, the full card, the night Bruno became the world heavyweight champion. Let's take a quick look at the Cruiserweight world rankings. The champion, Jay Opatai. Number 1, Gilberto Ramirez. 2, Chris Billam-Smith. 3, Michael Chislak. 4, Ryan Rizicki. 5, Badu Jack. 6, Noel Mikhailian. 7, Yamil Alberto Peralta. Number 8, Leonardo Mosquia. 9, Robin Zafar. 10, Vidal Riley. God, this division is on its ass. Would love to see Jay Opatai versus Gilberto Ramirez, however. Next week's big fight: Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley. Wardley's a big puncher, but I'm expecting Parker to either win this one on points or force a stoppage. Thoughts in the comments, fight fans. We have a new British and Commonwealth middleweight champion, the Billericay bomber, George Liddard. Liddard became the youngest champion in division history at 23 years of age. Superb performance this one. He was fast, he was flashy, he switched from body to head nicely, and showed excellent punch variety. Defending titleist Kieran Conway was extraordinarily game and tough, but he was outworked round after round. He had moments of success when he punched with Liddard, but he massively struggled with the speed of Liddard, who got off first in virtually every exchange. Conway had his best round of the fight in the 8th and landed some sneaky shots, but at the end of the round he was complaining of an injured hand. He was dropped in the 9th. It appeared that he'd also injured his shoulder. For some bloody reason his corner sent him out for the 10th. He was soon defenseless, and with the Billericay bomber teeing off, the towel finally came in and we had a new champion. Great performance by Liddard, who looks like he can make some real noise in this division. And sadly, the cause of Ricky Hatton's death has been revealed as hanging. Depression is an awful disease. If you're suffering, reach out, fight fans.